One. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to A Couple of Sassholes podcast. I'm Brooklyn Johnson.
And I'm Heather Terry.
And for anyone who doesn't know, this is our power hour of true crime where we talk about fucked up people doing fucked up shit, usually for fucked up reasons and sometimes for no reasons at all. But today, I'm going to be taking you back in time where we're going to be talking about Mary Ann Cotton.
Ooh.
As I give you a little sweet treat in the beginning of the episode so you know what's coming down the pipeline as we start talking shit about things that you probably fast forward through anyway.
Yeah. If you don't want to hear banter, just skip, but we'd prefer if you stay.
Skip. We always say it's roughly 2 to 7 minutes depending on our moods and if we had seen each other earlier in the week.
That's right.
I was like, what the fuck was that sound?
We're being invaded.
It sounded like an airplane was landing and I'm just not here for that. I'm not here for any of that shit.
I know. Well, I looked up a couple questions. First of all, I have to tell you. So, you know how I texted you yesterday and told you about my mishap with my dog? That I texted you and I thought,
yes.
Okay, so
I was like, which one?
My dog was so excited to see me and I thought he had a tick on him. So by the back of his tail. So I went to grab it and I've got fake nails on. Went to grab it, looked
I
up.
thought you said you thought it was... Oh, you said a bug. You didn't say a tick.
Well, I thought it was a tick, yeah.
I'm kind of surprised you just grabbed a tick.
Yeah. I was going to squish it. I hate them. So I was going to squish it, and I grabbed it, and it was poop. So then, I'm getting ready to fall asleep. Can't fall asleep per usual.
Because she knows that she was holding poop.
No, I scrubbed my hand forever and texted Brooklyn and told her, was like, look, I put my hand in shit, and I had to scrub my nails.
Was it smushy, or was it like baked in?
Oh. It was fresh and smush. And then, so I'm laying there, and my dog, my Trixie, sleeps in the bed with us. She's a little chihuahua, and she's laying there, and I'm like, she's acting weird. And then all of a sudden, I look over, and I'm like, are you okay? I went to pet her hand, and I stuck my hand in dog vomit in the middle of the night. And it was on and Will and I we don't share blankets well, so we have our own. And
no one could possibly share blankets with Heather. She's a fucking cyclone.
And so is he. So we have our own. But it got on both of our blankets. So at 12:30, he was sleeping and I had to take his blanket off of him, take mine. And then so I was up like all night. So I touched dog vomit and dog shit yesterday.
How much could your dog have actually vomed? She's like the size of my water bottle.
But in the middle and it's dark and I just go, are you okay? And I went right
The things you do are above what me and Travis have done.
Well,
Number one, the first thing, if that happens, which has happened a plethora of times, if it can't be easily resolved by pulling off a blanket and grabbing another, because we have 2 sets of all of our stuff, then we just get up angrily and go to the guest bedroom. Why didn't you guys just go to the guest bedroom?
Will was asleep. He didn't even wake up.
Then let him lay and vom.
No, but like the thing about it is I stuck my fucking hand in it, like right in it, like trying to pet my. Anyway, I'm still sicked out by it. So
I've experienced so much with our dogs, specifically Betty, and diarrhea.
Putting your hand in it?
Stepping in it.
Oh, yeah.
Stepping in it and washing it, getting it on your hands, under your nails. Like, so to me, you probably want a higher reaction and I don't have one because I'm like, I've walked in my backyard barefoot and squished it between my toes. So I'm over here like, that's the hard part of having fur babies.
Parenting is hard.
So whatever.
Being a fur baby mom is so hard. Oh, God. No, but that's what I was saying. So while I was awake, because the shock and awe of me doing that in the middle of the night, I looked up some questions. So if you, Brooklyn Johnson, suddenly had to go undercover to help solve a case, what role do you think that you could realistically pull off? Like if you all of a sudden had to go undercover?
I would hope. Well, I mean, that's kind of hard because I'm like, if I had to go undercover, I'm assuming, are we like talking about Vice or what?
Anything. What would be the one you think you could pull off the best?
I mean, a fucking nature center director. I'm like someone who does the shit that I do. Someone in an office. I could very easily cover any job that is office related in any capacity.
Yeah. I feel like
what?
No, I feel like for you could do, I was thinking about you, and I think that you could do the pretty pretend you don't have a brain, but you really have one because you have a big brain. But I think you'd be really good at making like a strong mob man feel like he's the most powerful man in the world and get all of his secrets.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Even
we
though
don't have the mob in Owensboro, but I like the idea. I'm over here like, what could really happen in Owensboro?
Yeah, you're like nature center. And
I was like, do you want me to act like I'm a principal out of school for the day? I can do that.
God,
I
that
have an
sounds
outfit.
terrible. But no, I feel like you could do like the arm candy of a mobster and pretend like you're dumb, but you're really not.
Oh, I would like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that answer more.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip my pencil over and I'm going to erase mine.
I used to say re-race. And then I just want to see that face. Okay. If your life turned into a Dateline style episode, what would Keith Morrison or the other dramatic narrator say in the opening line about you?
The same thing, that I light up every room.
You think so?
100%. I feel like if we're copy and pasting here.
Yeah.
The only way that they don't say a person has lit up a room is if the person was quiet and an introvert and specifically had no desire to light up said room. Outside of that, if you're a happy-go-lucky person, vibrant, full of life, then you light up a fucking room, right?
I mean, that's valid.
So I feel like that's what they would say, and they'd say some cute shit about me liking to be outside and that stuff.
It was a sleepy little town. She loved to be outside until she didn't.
Right.
Like, that's what it would be.
That'd be depressing.
But
I swear, if I got murdered in nature, I'd be so fucking pissed. I'd be so pissed.
You'd be where you are happy, though.
But by someone turning my joy into that. Like, even if I survived an attack in the woods, it would ruin my everything.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to be like, we should go backpacking.
We should go do that again.
Travis is like, do you care to get the mail? And you're like, no.
Right? I'm already pretty crazy about it. Like, I'm aware. And that's the one thing that sucks is, like, the fact that our true crimeness is so heavy in our blood at this point. That's the one thing that sucks about being in the woods, because you cannot not think about it, be aware of it.
Every field, I'm like, I bet there's bodies in there.
Yeah, it's not even that. I'm just like, there's a lot of places for fucking psychos to hide. That's always kind of my thought.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that.
No problem. I enjoyed it. What would you do if you were going to go undercover?
What would I do?
Mm-hmm.
That one, I only thought about your answer, to be honest.
Seriously?
I swear to God, I didn't even think about mine. I think I could be like a bartender.
Yeah, and you could get a lot of the info from the fuckers.
I would be like the party
an informant,
goblin. Like that, I would be like, let's all just go party and have fun. Here, have another drink. I'll drink water. And then like, so you know about that laundering thing we talked about? Like,
yeah, right. You'd be like, let's do blow.
Let's do blow.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm trying to get their Cayman or Swiss bank accounts, and you're like,
I'm just assuming you're trying to get people fucked up and have them tell you their stories. Their secrets.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm. And they'd say you lit up a room. I already.
Because
it's just kind of the same shit, different day, right?
Well, it's like that one. Well, except for the one. I can't remember her name. The teenager that went to church camp and her friends were on the episode, and I did the story, and they were like, she was a little tall, she was pretty chunky, she was kind of a bit like, they were talking so much shit about her, and it's like, dude, just lie, like. Say she liked dogs and maybe 3 people.
Right.
Like, you don't have to say
the truth.
Yeah, heavy G liked to eat.
Not
just
in front of the camera.
Yeah, just say it. Yeah, fold up a note and pass it to your friend.
Jeez. I don't know. I'm also currently in a state of my life where I feel like I can't tell the truth in a lot of things, because you're like, a lot of people can't handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can only tell the truth as like an outsider person, to where you don't want to get your head cut off or like get yelled at. Like, it's so hard to be able to tell the truth and finesse it in a way that people don't take it like you're being a complete cunt.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're also like, dude, I'm just trying to help you hold yourself to a better standard. That's all I'm saying.
She's not talking about me.
Right? Heather needs to get her shit together now.
Oh, I've been trying to get my shit together for about 40 years.
Okay. I'm going to jump in today.
You're jumping in?
I'm jumping in today. I am going to
get them readers on.
These are actually prescription. I am not old enough for readers. I've been wearing glasses since I was 20.
But you put them on to read.
because
I know.
it's an astigmatism. So yes, readers just magnify.
Oh
my God, you knew that. All right, Britannica, Wikipedia, History Hit, BBC, British Newspaper Archive, mariannecotton.co.uk, video on a website. It's Masterpiece, Joanne Froggatt on Marianne Cotton, and then Dark Angel on KET. Watch Dark Angel on KET.
Dark
Angel.
Okay.
It's like PBS, KET. I don't know what the fucking difference between those things are, but it's free on Tubi. So
PBS
type in Dark Angel on Tubi.
KET's the Kentucky Educational Television, so that's ours, right?
Yes.
And then PBS would be the...
But they show up under... I don't care. I'm not going to get in the weeds on it.
I'm going to text you that name.
But I need you guys to know that this is from the 1800s. I was in the mood.
Throwback Wednesday.
Which is usually Throwback Thursday. But I was in the mood for some shit that I could feel disconnected from, because I can't feel connected to 1860s because nothing in this feels normal. Number 2, as I just read off, 74 different places of research, because this was prolific and it was well known. I believe that I have found the right insight and information from everything that I've read. I feel really confident in my info this time. Sometimes I'm like, dude, the fucking information out there is going like 3 different ways. Not this one. But if you ask me about children, I'm not going to fucking know. We're going to go through it. You'll get what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But try not to ask a lot of questions on the kids.
Got it.
Because there's too many to count, and I don't fucking know.
Okay.
That's all I can say. I was like, I've gotten myself lost a few times on that one. But you're going to understand.
Okay.
So, as I mentioned, I'm doing Marianne Cotton, which was Britain's first female serial killer.
Ooh.
Yeah. And like, this bitch didn't play.
Okay.
So let's do it. To understand the trajectory of Marianne Cotton, one must first look at the unforgiving landscape of 19th century County Durham. So this is a world defined by the soot of coal mines and the constant looming presence of industrial tragedy. For a young woman in this era, survival was a precarious balancing act. Marianne's transformation into a figure of dark legend was not an overnight occurrence, but a slow hardening born of a society that offered no safety nets for the broken. Her early life was punctuated by the kind of trauma that fundamentally shifts a person's psychological landscape, and proving that before she was a predator, she was a product of a predatory world. We're going to talk about it because this is some fucking time to be alive.
Okay.
A fucking time to be alive. I love history, and I've told you before I want to go back in the 1800s and the 1600s, like if I got lucky. And they had a time machine that was really cheap. And they were like, you could do it. I just want one day.
Just a day? Oh, yeah. I was like, well, your life expectancy,
with
you're
my
probably older.
Snoot being turned down. Because, I'm a scent person and I would not be able to live there. But I'm just saying. So Marianne Cotton was born on Halloween in 1832, before Halloween was Halloween.
Oh.
I realized that because I was like, I don't think Halloween was a thing yet. The defining moment of her youth came in February of 1842 when she was just 10 years old. I'm going to reference the show Dark Angel so hard because it was done through like PBS. They did a ton of research on this and I watched all of it today. And so if there's a point that I feel like contradicts, I'm going to bring that up. That does not mean that I am a twat who believes that TV shows and dramatizations are it. But because everything that happened in that is through my research, I do feel like that information is pretty solid.
Like it checks out.
Yes.
Got it.
Now, I did the math from her birth date and it says she was 10. In the show and everything else says that she was 8 when this happened. So fuck
Math
the
and
2
facts.
years, right? Okay, so the defining moment of her youth came in February of 1842 when she was 10 years old, or 8. Her father, Michael Robson, a colliery sinker, fell 150 feet to his death down a mine shaft at Merton Colliery. In a detail that, because I accidentally hit print front and back today, underscores the brutal dehumanizing nature of Victorian poverty. His remains were returned to the family home in a fucking wheelbarrow in a sack bearing the stamp property of the South Heaton Coal Company.
In a wheelbarrow and a sack?
Her father died, and they threw him in a bag and wheeled him there in a wheelbarrow and walked away. Yeah. This act reduced a father and a husband to a mere piece of company equipment.
Right.
A grim reminder that in the eyes of the industrial machine, a human life was merely a company asset to be used and discarded. Anytime we have the desire to complain about the world we live in, we need to remember what life was like before the stupid fucking iPhone.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Pull up your britches. Get after it. Or just remember the shit that was happening in the 1800s. Before this tragedy, Mary Ann's reputation was that of an exemplary Sunday school student at the Merton Wesleyan School. Her superintendent described her as a girl of innocent disposition who was remarkably clean and tidy. However, when her father's death led to the immediate threat of eviction, since their home was tied to his employment, that innocent disposition was forced to contend with the cold reality of the streets. This collision between her childhood piety or religious devotion, I put that in because I was like, I don't know that. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, yeah.
And I figured you didn't either.
Good
So
assumption.
she was religious at the time. And the predatory nature of Victorian economics likely forged the survival instincts that would later manifest into a much more fucked up version of who she becomes. So by the age of 16, she left home to work as a nurse in South Heaton. Could be Hetton. I don't know. I'm not here for that. Beginning a journey that would lead her away from the coal pits of her youth and into the domestic spheres of her first mirage or marriage.
Mirage. She went to the desert for the first time.
And she saw a mirage.
She thought she saw water. Gets over there. It's not water.
It's a
Bizarre.
shadow. In the mid 1800s, gastric fever was a fucking ubiquitous and convenient diagnosis in everything. In an era where infant mortality was high and sanitation was poor, the symptoms of stomach ailments were often accepted without question as natural tragedies. This medical ambiguity served as the perfect veil for Mary Ann's early crimes, allowing her to hide the evidence of arsenic within the statistical noise of Victorian death rates. Now, let's keep in mind here at the time there is no birth control, okay? So sometimes parents or mothers, maybe only moms, I don't know who did this, but I'm not certain, would actually poison their children should they not be able to feed them.
Oof.
That's what we don't really stop and remember because we all know this. Like they were thrown into poorhouse. We've all seen Les Miserables. They weren't killing their kids, but fucked up shit was happening.
I've never seen Les Mis. Drew hasn't seen it either. We got producer Drew today.
All right, guys.
She's like, we've all seen it, and Drew and I are like,
I'm gonna need
what are you gonna
that
need?
to be remedied.
Oh, cool.
You should watch it. You should watch it.
I hear good things. I know the
it's-
slang, Les Mis. Is that right?
Yes. Okay.
I'm
Yes.
trouble.
No, it's just it was like a pillar of broad. Anyway, who cares? Okay, so I'm basically saying now there's a million women, or however many we need to really say, that were not obviously killing their kids because they couldn't feed them. But there were poorhouses, there were workhouses. Like if you couldn't feed your kid, the worst of two evils was killing them. I know that sounds utterly terrible. I'm not saying I did it. I wasn't alive then. But the fact that every time you fucked, there was a good fucking chance you were getting knocked up at a time of desperation as the very infancy of the Industrial Revolution was starting. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I just have to say it. And I also wanted to, like, I also mentioned here, like, children weren't necessarily really miracles at the time, right? Like, they had to figure out how to feed them. It made their life harder. And even with that, it would take years before children could then help the family chores and essentially start to have their own hard lives. But like in some cases on farms, like people cranked out a fucking football team of them so that they could work the fields. Not really the same in Britain during this time. So anyway, in 1852, Mary Ann married William Mowbray. Over the next decade, so they were together a long time, the couple moved frequently, and with every move came a trail of small graves. While records from this period are imprecise, it is believed that they had between 4 and 9 children. Because at this time, it was not required. I think it was 1873, hard guess, that they required you to have a birth certificate.
Oh.
So, really easy to crank them out and kill them, to be honest, because there's no evidence of them being alive.
Right. They're like, what baby?
I didn't have a baby. This is the same baby. And they grew up.
I had too many scones. Right. I was just bloated.
So 4 or 9 children over 10 years. So that means that she was impregnito
Over
every year.
That sounds like hell.
And back then, you know damn well that they didn't know that if you have sex within the first 3 months after you give birth, that you're like so fertile that you just fucking blowing it and you're getting pregnant.
Walk by and wink and you're like, Carl, stop looking at me.
The seed is sown.
My womb is stirring. Ew, God, I can't unsay that. I wish I could.
These were not mere statistics. There were individual lives like Margaret Jane and John Robert William, children who briefly existed before succumbing to gastric fever. Noting again that it wasn't a great time to be the old or the young. In many parts of Europe and the U.S., 15 to 30% of babies died before their first birthday. From, again, infectious diseases, poor sanitation, malnutrition, unsafe birth practices, and then, of course, no antibiotics or vaccines. So 15 to 30% died within the first year.
That's so sad.
Yeah. For everyone who was alive back then.
Sad.
Yeah. Now, in the movie I watched, hate to do this, which may be accurate, it felt like a natural move into this direction. Mary Ann had moved to a dirty ass house and they needed to kill bed bugs. So, and they said bed bugs, but these bitches were like cockroaches. So I don't even know if they knew.
They're bed ponies.
They were, anyway. So she got a bottle of arsenic for that intention, was to clean and kill the bugs, which then became a catalyst for her choices moving forward because now she's got a bottle of poison.
Oof.
Now, as I said that she had moved, I really do believe that there's a good chance perhaps her first child died. It appeared that her first child actually did just get sick and die. So, or maybe not her first. I think it was her second or her third. Lots of kids.
Yeah.
Where are we? Now, I wanted to say too, imagine being pregnant a million times and the whole time your husband's working on a boat and you're working and he's barely bringing enough money back and you're fucking pregnant and every moment, as I mentioned, because it's pretty much like 3 months a year you weren't pregnant.
That's terrible. It's like she gets the summer off.
Right.
Like she's in
fucking school teacher. And she's still working and cleaning and what we would consider is hard labor because we are pussy ass bitches here in this day and age. Like you're fetching water, you're getting coal into buckets and then walking it up steps. You're scrubbing everything on your hands and knees because it doesn't even look like a fucking mop was invented then. So it's like you're not sleeping. The babies are crying every night. You don't have enough money to eat. Like I'm trying to give the desperation in what was going on with her at this particular time.
Sounds pretty terrible.
Yeah. It literally seemed in every ounce of the storyline that this is like the most desperate of times and situations. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm just setting the scene. I'm not saying that this is the route you fucking go, but here we are. And there are millions of mothers who did indeed go through this experience, but not start treating their kids like rats and feeding them poison. But I shall carry on.
Right.
By 1864, Mary Ann is over William. Now she's tired of this life. She's lonely because he's always working on the boat and officially about to lose her fucking mind. Also, he's not making enough money.
Yeah, so he's gone all the time, not helping, and he's not gone for the pay.
Yes. Now, in the movie, once again, I don't know if this is this. He comes back with an injury. And she is like not able to pay because everything's basically like written on a piece of paper when you go and buy stuff. And she's not able to pay for anything either. And she's hustling by trying to keep this fucking shack moving and grooving. And so she is just... in her desperation, looks up and sees that bottle of arsenic, pops open the lid of her tea kettle, and decides to just sprinkle some of it in there.
Oh.
William himself is poisoned through arsenic, and he too dies, reportedly from the same intestinal disorder. The true weight of this period, however, is found not in the burials, but in the ledger. Upon William's death, Mary Ann collected a €35 payout from the British and Prudential insurance policy, an amount equivalent to roughly half of a year's wage for a laborer.
Oof.
Now, this payout transformed the emotional fucking situation of this tragedy into a tangible financial incentive. Now, for a woman raised in the shadow of the South Heaton Coal Company's wheelbarrow, the death of her father, the realization that death could be profitable instead of losing your house establishes a lethal pattern that will continue to get worse. Again, in the movie, because I didn't see this part in my research, it appeared that her parents, and she was like fun loving and had like, she was pretty great. And she was fun loving. And her parents were the ones that once she came back with their second kid was like, you need to do this, and talked her husband into it. And then her baby died so sad. Then he dies because she did indeed murder him. And then she goes and she gets money for him and the baby. And it's like, la-ti-da. Mary Ann's professional background as a nurse and a housekeeper was a strategic asset, though that was not where it all started, right? I do not believe that there was obviously something fucking off in her head.
Yeah.
Especially as I continue on, you're going to be like, you will hate her.
Why do you do?
You will hate her. Right now, I'm like, I see desperation and a desperate time. That's fucked up. But you will hate her. And I think it just got worse. It's like being a fucking assassin and just realizing you're really good for it. Like you're good at it.
Ah, crap.
Yeah. So, and she's a nurse. And so that fucking sucks. And she's a housekeeper. It granted her proximity to vulnerable victims and provided her with a clinical understanding of how to manage and mimic symptoms. In the sick room, she was both the caregiver and the bringer of death.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah, a duality that shielded her from early suspicion. You'll be blown away by how long this goes on. Her second husband, George Ward, he was a patient under her care at the Sunderland Infirmary. This is 2 shakes of a lamb's tail after homeboy died. He died in 1864. This is the very next year. She will not be single for a full calendar year.
I don't think,
from my understanding.
I think she likes to keep things moving. Her pregnancies, her marriages.
I don't think she ever wanted to get pregnant. Like, I think she hated it. She just loved the dick. She loved sex. She was promiscuous.
Listen, after the third one, I'd be like,
you don't
it ain't
know.
worth it.
But you don't know.
Oof.
Heather, you would not. If you are a hornball. You're telling me, and like they couldn't track a cycle. They couldn't understand when they were ovulating. Yeah. They couldn't do any of these things.
I would have to become a nun or something. After
I don't even think they knew to pull out yet. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't. I really don't.
Keep reading. I'm gonna look up when pulling out was invented.
They married in 1865. Wow, I love the way I wrote that. 1 year after William has passed. Got to hop on the pony, if you will. Now, from my understanding, from what I saw, I don't think she was ever she was in love with her first husband. She was.
Yeah.
She was with him for 10 years. But this guy, she was not. He thought she was very pretty, and he was like, I am intrigued. Come be my angel.
Yeah, you took such great care of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were married on August 28th of 1865 at St. Peter's Church in it's literally spelled Monkwearmouth. Again, women really could not survive at the time without a husband. We all know this. Like, you had to be married.
Oh, yeah. They didn't have a brain without them.
Right. Wait,
right. I'm just over here with my tits and my vagina, but like, what do I do?
I need someone to tell me what to do with my tits and my vagina.
Besides push babies out and bake pies. Like,
if they were even lucky enough to have sugar. Like, God, I'm like, ain't nobody was baking no good pies. Fuck. Now, within a year, Ward was dead on October 20th of 1866.
Oh.
Though he had been ill, the attending doctor was notably surprised by the sudden nature of his passing. It was a missed warning sign. The medical community's habit of using labels like English cholera or English typhoid as convenient catch-alls allowed Mary Ann to collect yet another insurance payout and move on to James Robinson. Now, the movie, because I have to do it like this because I saw a fucking movie. And it wasn't a movie, it was a 3-part series. But it literally, like, doctors at the time, they just walk in dead body and they're like, okay, and cholera, you know, like no one was cut up. Like we
They
weren't
ain't doing autopsies up in there. They're like, oh, that's gastric fever. He
Yep.
was like, I'm just sleeping. They're like,
right. And it's just the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Like you get a bad case of the diarrheas and you're out by noon tomorrow, you know? They didn't have any electrolyte powders. They didn't have that.
oh my gosh.
Did you find out when the pullout game became?
I did. It's called coitus interruptus, by the way. I waited until you were taking a drink to say that.
That's beautiful.
It is. Is likely the oldest form of contraception in use of thousands of years before formally being recorded. Its earliest known written mention is in the Bible's book of Genesis around 1500 to 500 BC.
So they did know.
Jesus pulling out in the
Jesus
Bible.
taught us.
Drew.
Jesus taught us. Drew, did you know this? You know that stuff. You did? Next time, raise your hand and say you know that God knows.
Oh my gosh. You didn't want to coitus interrupt us? Okay, anyway, that breaking news.
Okay.
I did not know that was
me and
in the good book.
We have got to read a Bible one day.
I have done. I've read it through three
I
times
have
a million years
too.
ago.
I did too, but it doesn't count because I couldn't understand. It was like reading Shakespeare. I can only understand that now. Okay. Wonderboy Media is not only the proud producer of this glorious magic imploring your ear holes right now, but they're also a big deal.
Get in touch with them today to make all of your dreams a freaking reality.
From using their bangin' ass podcast studio,
Where we are right now,
to creating amazing videos and editing our content like the mystical mavericks they are.
your podcast can go further when you have a Wonder Boy.
Hit up Drew today at WBOYmedia.com.
Or text him day or night at 270.
Just kidding.
Does your face look like a mugshot lately?
Then it is officially time for you to visit Hetef Aesthetics in Owensboro, Kentucky or Nashville, Tennessee.
That's right. Go see our girl Amber Teasley and her team because they'll have your face and your skin look like a damn filter.
And their staff is absolutely amazing. It's like a mini Botox party, which personally is my favorite. You leave looking fresher and you don't have a hangover.
Another good thing is that if you go in there and you tell them that a couple of Sassholes sent you, you get 15% off of everything.
That's unbelievable. So
Yes.
if you have been considering getting that glow up and making that ex jealous, it's time. If someone ingests a significant amount of arsenic, symptoms can start within minutes to hours.
Oh.
So, and because I want to tell you what the death would have been like.
Okay.
Severe stomach pain, often described as intense burning or cramping. Oof. Uncontrollable vomiting and diarrhea, sometimes bloody. Oof. Dehydration leading to weakness, dizziness, and confusion. Headaches and a metallic or garlicky taste. Heart rhythm problems and low blood pressure. Seizures or loss of consciousness in severe cases. And then people are often very aware of what's happening at first, which makes it exceptionally distressing because they fucking know they're dying, especially at that time.
Yeah.
The combination of pain, nausea, and weakness are very overwhelming. So the deaths were devastating to watch. Devastating.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Without any treatment, which I don't even know that they had treatment for arsenic poisoning at the time.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Drink this water?
Nothing. The body starts to shut down. There's an electrolyte imbalance from fluid loss, kidney and liver damage, circulatory collapse, or you go into shock, and then cardiac failure.
Awful.
This stage can take hours to days, depending on the dose.
Oof.
Now, chronic exposure, which is small doses over time, which mildly appears to be what she did to her first husband, William, perhaps not with the second. This is how, and in most cases when people do arsenic poisoning, they do it slowly, which sucks. Gradual fatigue and weakness, skin changes like darkening or lesions, numbness or tingling in the hands and feet, and then ongoing digestive. Digestive issues is what I was trying to say.
God, we're dumb. Okay.
Yeah,
You're like digestive issues, and I'm over here doing mouth trumpets.
Well, that's what you do.
Yeah.
It's slower but still debilitating and can eventually lead to cancer or organ failure. Now, she's about to get addicted to this experience, right?
Oh,
She has just busted down the door of her two husbands and some of her kids.
Well, she's getting money, and she's also doesn't have a lot of control over the rest of her life, it doesn't sound like.
Correct.
So she's like, ooh, it's like...
And you don't want to have to fuck with kids. Like,
I mean,
even she did not care. Like, she used getting pregnant like those trashy women do to make a guy stay with them.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, she kind of thought, and at the time, I mean, all the way up until like fucking 2005, were men feeling like they had to propose if they got a girl pregnant.
Yeah.
So that was kind of her hope too. Girl was a slutty motherfucking puppy.
Was she? She loved to bone?
She loved a bone.
Wow.
She did. Because, like, so the woman who played her in that show was like, she was a psychopath. And
I need to watch the show.
it was really great. She was like, and she loved being promiscuous. I don't know, until we get to the end, can I really like show how many dicks we're going through there?
I mean, hey,
the end is
just
quite
don't kill them.
It's quite the fireworks, if you will.
Oh.
Because she just sucks. But like, anyway, shit's about to get crazy. So the pace of the narrative accelerated in the Robinson household. This is where she's a dumb bitch. Because James Robinson was a shipwright at Pallion in Sunderland, whose wife, Hannah, had recently died only a month prior.
Oh.
He wealthy.
Yeah.
He's wealthy. He is wealthy, and he had a sister. For once more, I can only assume that she is real because nothing has seemed off on the show. But I didn't read about her in my research, so praise be. He also just had people like a smart woman in his life who could also be like, hey, this probably isn't okay type of deals. You know what I mean? Like, he had some help and support, even though he had lost his wife. And she was only 27, so they say. And he had loved her. Absolutely loved his wife.
His widow? Okay.
And so he was having the hardest time. She died young, and it was just super sad. So he hired Marianne as a housekeeper in November of 1866. A month later, James's baby, John, died of gastric fever. The baby of his wife who just died.
Damn.
And he turned to his housekeeper for comfort, which means to bone.
Oh, yeah, she picked him up when she saw the wounded gazelle and she pounced.
Yes, she was so focused on him she was like, I'm getting me a husband and I'm getting him. Like,
yeah,
he was never in love with her because he was so in love with his wife still.
She was just a replacement.
Not even
that.
No, she was just comfort in a moment of sadness. Is what in this moment. Now, she is the most fertile woman in the land.
Sounds like it.
Because she gets pregnant. Now, because Wikipedia and these other things that I read didn't like set the scene as well as once more like the Dark Angel kind of situation did, it truly just seems like I do believe that, and in the show it almost implied that the baby was sick before she got there, but the baby died when she was there. And I believe that she poisoned the baby in hopes of once more making him more sad, getting him closer to her. She's trying to nurse this baby back to life, knowing that the baby was going to die anyway.
Oh, God. How evil.
Yeah. So then Marianne, so she's trying to work this fucking magic over here with Robinson. She's like, I'm going to fucking be his wife. I don't care. He's a good man. He is not going to not give me.
Yeah, I'm carrying his kid now.
Yes. Marianne's mother became ill while living in Seaham Harbor, which is where she's originally from, County Durham. Now, this time, not gastric fever, but rather hepatitis. Like, she was just sick. She comes to her mother's aid, and although she is recovering, once her whore of a daughter comes, she starts to complain of stomach pains.
No.
In the show, because, again, I don't understand why she would kill her mother, which is why I believe the research, they found something in this. Because why would she kill her mom? There's no reason to kill her mother. She wasn't getting insurance from it. Nothing like that.
Is it just baggage or something?
Her mother had said to her, 2 husbands, two dead, and mentioned how many kids of hers had died. And she was just like...
She was on to her?
Yes.
The jig was up.
She was kind of like, what are you doing? Like, are you doing something? And she's like, we shouldn't fight. Here's some fucking tea.
We shouldn't fight. Let's have a tea. Have a tea.
Yeah.
Just a tea. Just one.
Yeah.
Have a tea party.
Everyone drinks tea.
Everyone drinks. You go first.
Yes. Anyway, she died at age 54 in the spring of 1867, 9 days after Mary Ann's arrival.
Jeez.
Within the same year, Mary Ann's stepfather, George Stott, who apparently it seemed like she really loved him, like he seemed great, married his widowed neighbor, Hannah Paley. And I don't know, like these motherfuckers, man. They get married so fucking...
They're like, I'm nothing without a wife. Hello, neighbor.
I'm like, where did real, like, you know, the love that like explodes on the fucking MRIs of your brain or the brain scans where they can like see. I wonder if any of these fucks at any time besides like the lucky like barrelfuls of people were actually in love. Like,
yeah.
Like I wonder if they ever even knew real love.
Right.
Because it just didn't seem to fucking matter. It was like, you're single, I'm single.
Might as well.
I need somebody to clean the house. I need somebody to pay the bills. Like, I don't. All right, now back to her life with her new husband. So at some point, she is able to coerce him into marriage. And he literally like feels, I say this from the show because once more, I don't know this, but because it's not written in anything and I just assume maybe it's right. And maybe I should stop referencing it. But because I just think it's important for this guy, like he was still so sad over the loss of his wife, and he was in love with her, but he had gotten her pregnant in a moment of essentially weakness, and she wanted to be married to him, and she was a housekeeper and took care of the kids. And so he just kind of like did it.
It was probably like, well, this is the right thing to do. I probably should.
Yes, but I don't feel any of the like longing like what her second husband or her first husband felt. He never even got to really mourn his wife, and he felt guilty the whole time that this was happening.
I get that.
So whether or not that was created for TV drama, it makes sense.
I mean, whatever. You watched a movie, you did your research, and that's your opinion, and I agree. So who gives a rip?
That is true. Shortly after Mary Ann's arrival from returning, right, one of Robinson's children dies. Soon after, Mary Ann's own daughter, Isabella Jane, and two more of Robinson's children, Elizabeth and James, all perished within the same 2-week span in 1867.
This is so sad.
So the way they played that out is that he said that he couldn't do it for his children, that they weren't married yet. That he had said, I can't do this to my kids. I'm not going to get married. And so then she killed his kids. And then he marries her after that.
She is kind of a twat.
Isabella Jane in the show was like her favorite, was the only one that she hadn't really killed. To be honest, it was the only one that was still alive, right? And that she used a specific tea kettle. This tea kettle is in a museum today.
It is?
It is.
Oh.
I saw it on the BBC website. Now, she had decided and told her daughter, Isabella, you can only have a little bit of this tea. Because she wanted her to have the symptoms, but not die from it. Then she walks in and her daughter was so thirsty, she drank out of the wrong cup and drank one of his kids' cups. And that had a full dose of arsenic in it. So she killed her daughter on accident.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is where she's lost her mind. She's escalated so aggressively, but because it's an illness that is transferable as being in the same room, so she killed all of them in the same room.
Oh my God. And no flags are being thrown on these plays?
No,
How?
none at this point.
How are I'd be like,
because it's like getting
I know, but still.
the flu, any of it.
True.
If it's brought into a room, they're young kids. We just said 15 to 30% were.
That's true.
That's why I had to look to see what the death rate was at that time.
That's true.
Like it wasn't shocking. They were all over. There's kids going to school. Yada yada yadas.
Yada yada yadas.
Yada 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 yada.
I knew you were gonna.
All right. So James Robinson, however, became the rare individual to survive Mary Ann Cotton.
He did.
Yes. I can't believe all those kids died. That's so sad.
All of this is sad.
So, 3 kids and one of the sons. So 4 in total. I believe he had 4 kids. Yes, he had 4 kids and he took 2 with his sister. And was like, these were the ones in that room that shared that room.
Got it.
I want them to be safe and took them. Didn't realize saving the kids because now she couldn't poison them. His survival was born of a discovery of her secondary crimes. Look at this bitch.
Okay.
He found that she had run up massive debts because she could put them on her husband's tab, right? She had stolen money from his account.
Oh.
And then was pawning household valuables.
Shit.
So they were showing like that he pawned, that she would take it and give it to his son.
Okay.
One of the surviving sons. And she would have him pawn it.
Oh.
And then eventually the husband finds out. Now it's like, she was like, it was only my things. And he's like, it was my wife's ring and her lace that was going to go to my daughter.
No.
Like, yeah. But obviously he finds out, so he gets everything back. I'm making that assumption, right? He found out he could go and buy it back. But
wait, didn't you say he had money?
yes.
So why is she doing that?
Because she
lost it? Her marbles?
Because she was running up tabs on his stuff and wanted more money.
Oh, and it's not like they had a joint bank account.
No,
right? Okay, got it.
No, he gave her an allowance for like the housekeeping side of things.
But that's it.
But she, like, I think she realized that she was running up too many tabs.
Man.
And then it didn't take long for him to like see this whole situation unfold.
He walks in to sit on the chair and he's like, "Where's my chair?" And she's like, "I don't know."
Like he literally was just like, wow. Like,
that's so sad.
He was like, I can't believe that I've gone through all of these things.
Yeah.
Lost my wife, so many of my children, and now I am tied to you in wedlock, and you're a liar.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Selling the wife's shit. That's fucked up. All of this is fucked up.
Yes.
The whole
Because she acted like it was her shit, and it's like, you don't have any shit. This is the other part that I don't understand.
Shit.
Is like, why exactly did she go to such lengths to get more? Like, you're living in a beautiful home.
Yeah, chill the fuck out, Cotton. What's her name?
Like,
Marianne?
like,
Yeah.
What is the need for you to do that? What were you doing with the money? And she would literally like just buy more shit.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. She just was getting away with it. She just probably wanted to see how much she'd get away with.
And I don't know how much she really. Yeah, you're right.
I
You're
mean, she was
100%
like,
right.
I can kill anybody. Let me see if I can steal some shit.
Yeah,
Right now from
you're
under
totally
his
right.
nose.
I'm gonna run up all these debts for you to pay,
Cocky
like,
bitch.
because she was getting like clothing made, and they were like, "We're gonna need you to like actually settle up your tab before we make any more orders for you." And he was like, "I'll call your husband on it, like because they're the ones that manage finances. They know that."
Yeah.
So that was already happening at the time that she's having her son, his son pawn shit,
That's crazy.
his mother's stuff.
And I wonder what she told the kid, like, to get, like, go do this because of XYZ. You know what I mean?
She was just like, "Will you pawn this for me?" And he would just go do it.
Damn.
No big thought, unfortunately. Crucially, he had resisted her persistent pressure to take out a life insurance policy.
He did.
Yes. By protecting his finances. That was the whole purpose, was protecting his finances. He unwittingly saved his life, eventually throwing her out.
Good for him.
And retaining custody of their son, George. Now, this guy, like I mentioned, he did have money. He wasn't a laborer like the others. He was a fancy man with a beautiful home and a big brain, and go him. But the best situation that she had, she threw away by stealing and lying.
She's trash.
So, like, she truly, at that point, once she got married, she could have stopped doing any of this.
Yeah, why are you still gaming? It's
100%.
No fucking reason. This isn't a season of passions.
Right. We don't need to tune in for the next episode.
Just chill the fuck out.
Let
Clean
it
the
be-
house, make some soup, and shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Exactly. So she's cast out and living on the streets. Marianne's desperation led her to the door of Frederick Cotton. The final phase of her freedom was marked by a chilling lack of restraint. She becomes a bigamist. Having never legally divorced Robinson, she entered the Cotton household and began systematically clearing the obstacles to her next intended life. So I have to say this in the show, because I'm going to let you know that at the end, she killed a friend. It mentions it in Wikipedia that she killed a friend. In this one, her best friend, her only friend of her entire life, her brother was Frederick Cotton. I'm super curious if this is true, because once more, they listed that like in one of the 800 things, because they're always going to say they don't know if she killed between like 11 or 21 people.
Right.
But in the part, it is listed that she killed a friend. And then in this reenactment of what happened, she literally poisons her best friend, whose brother, she was taking care of their family. So Frederick's wife had died, they had kids, and her sister came and she was living a really happy life with her brother.
Right.
And was really happy taking care of his kids and helping in the family. And so that night she literally kills her friend and then fucks her brother so that she can replace the best friend of her entire life to then marry him in an illegal marriage.
That is... I hate her.
What did I tell you?
You were right.
You fucking hate her. Now, I truly don't know if that played out that way or not, or if
I'm choosing to think it did. It's fine.
Well, it gets worse.
No.
Because within that short span, Frederick Sr., Frederick Jr., and the infant Robert were all dead. She killed all of his kids, except for one. Yeah. And once again, she cashed in on the insurance policies. She then rekindled a romance with a former lover, Joseph Natras, who moved in as her lodger. So she killed... This is where the only part where I was like, I don't know. She had to have just killed him. I'd ignore what I was just going to say because I'm like, I walked away maybe in that moment. But so she had killed Frederick and then her, his son and then the youngest son, and gets the insurance money, has this little space, and then has a new lodger. Which in that show, it showed that she was fucking him through all of her marriages.
I'm sure she was.
So, I mean, for him to be called a lover and she was only married every 5 minutes. I mean, for someone who's killing an entire family, she's killing entire families. Her fuck buddy, like, she doesn't even care.
And she was pregnant for a lot of them.
Yeah.
So, like...
That's what I meant to say. Yes, actually, after basically killing an entire family, she has her fuck buddy move into their place.
Oh. Yeah. She sucks.
She does suck.
She does.
While she's with Joseph the lover, she finds a new job, a nurse to an excise officer recovering from smallpox. Smallpox? She does not have a smallpox.
Oh my God, that thing is like Mammoth Cave. You know that.
I thought of that so many times because there's like a million sex scenes in that in the series, and I'm like, are you even feeling anything?
I know.
She's had 11 kids.
God, the last one probably just hung there like the Liberty Bell ding.
Right? And it was just like, cut me off.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm down here, and it just does this.
Like, her nips had to be down to her knees.
Oh, God, she had to nurse all of them.
Yes.
Well, good thing they were
nipples hard as fucking rocks. Little pebbles.
They ain't little pebbles if she had 11 little pups on them.
You're right.
They're probably tucked in her stockings, if
right.
you will.
Right.
Ew, small box.
So
all
much.
that from saying small box.
Yeah, my bad.
Good thing.
Smallpox.
Yeah. She did not have the smallpox vaccine.
No. So this man, Richard Quick Mann,
wait, what?
Often misidentified in popular lore as John Quick Manning.
Okay.
The guy's name is Richard Quick Mann, possibly. Of course, even with her lover, she fucks this guy. And guess what?
What? She gets pregnant.
She gets pregnant. So I have to say, too, they were showing how just she was so indiscreet about fucking Joseph, her lover. Like, so people knew that before her previous husband's body was even cold or in the ground that she was fucking this other guy.
Oh, my God.
So then she fucks this other guy and then gets pregnant by him. Now, her belief is that she is going to be, like, that he will be with her. And he is loaded. Like, his house is way bigger than her previous man's house.
Quick Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no. In this, and I believe this too, like, I am going to believe this because it is sensational.
Okay.
She's like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, no. He's like, he had heard rumors from the town of her shacking up with Joseph and him, all while her husband's body wasn't even in the ground. He was disgusted. He was like, why were you? I'd act like that baby is the other dude's. Nope.
It's like, no, you were a fun time.
He goes, I'm healed and I no longer need a nurse. And if I was going to get a housekeeper, I'd pick one without a family.
Oh.
Like, he was a dick. But she was also like, coming on to him and shit. Like she was.
No, she's trash.
Yeah,
Trash.
utter trash.
Mary Cotton trash.
Yes.
Yeah.
God forbid she didn't get syphilis through all of this.
Yeah, how is she not like...
Because she didn't pick shitty men.
Oh, true. Well, even, I don't know.
I don't know either. So Joseph Natras, I don't know. Yeah. He died in 1872, conveniently after revisiting his will for Marianne. Again, from gastric flu.
So he revised his will to her, and then
she killed him. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking mad.
And so, yes, this love affair between them, I don't know if any part of it was true, but he seemed like the only one that she had really wanted. And then the second that she got him and he was lodging with her and still her stepson, there's still a little boy there, a 7-year-old boy. She is just, by this point, she's a raging big pussied bitch. Like, she sucked. She's mean. She's hateful. She's mean to her friends. Like, rude to her. Like,
she's mean to her friends. She kills her friends.
Yeah. But before that, she was shitty to her too. And she had taken her in her time of need. Like, she had gone to her friend's house when she was abandoned.
Wow.
So I don't fucking know. So
are you done pissing me off yet?
Almost.
I'm mad.
She was ready to start a new life, and she was focused again on starting over and maybe not killing everyone this time. I don't know.
That would be a good habit to get into.
And at some point in this, like, fuck her. Anyway, but 7-year-old Charles Edward Cotton was the last obstacle in a way. So Charles was a child of profound isolation because he lost his father and his siblings.
Yeah.
And he was left entirely in the care of a woman who had killed them. And as you can imagine, she had no love for the boy, and she didn't even act like she did.
Oh.
Like, she, at this point, wasn't faking it like she faked it for Robinson's kids.
No,
like, she fucking was like, I fucking hate you, basically.
Oh, that poor little boy.
Yes, her sister ended up, like, pretty much taking care of him.
Good.
Her psychological state was perhaps best captured by her audacious comment to a parish official. This is where shit is crazy. So at one point, and I don't even know. Oh, yeah, everything's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mention that she sends Charles to go buy arsenic at the store. And this guy, Thomas Riley, is the one who is like, you're not allowed to send a child to buy poison.
That's what I was going to say. She sent the 7-year-old to go
basically to buy a loaded gun that she was going to kill him with.
Oh.
She asked him to go buy the poison that she was going to kill him with. And of course, the guy came back and was like, you cannot do that. And she's like, well, can you put him in the workhouse? And he goes, yeah, I can put him in the workhouse if you go with him. You know, that's the rule. And she goes, I won't be troubled long. He'll go like the rest of the Cottons. Or what I read as well is she said, that's fine. He won't last long. Or she goes, he won't last long. The Cottons don't. Or she said, the Cottons don't have a long lifespan. And closed the door on him. Luckily, she did this to Thomas Riley because he actually cared. So she had literally asked once more if that kid could go to a workhouse at 7 years old because she was tired of him being underfoot. The guy had also come and was like, hey, do you think you could help this guy, this patient recover from smallpox? And she's like, no, I have to take care of this fucking annoying kid, basically. When 7-year-old Charles died 5 days later.
Oh, he died?
Yes. The shift from quiet suspicion to formal investigation began. She acted like she could just do this and get away with everyone around her dying of the same illness over and over and over again. Right? It's unbelievable. But she moved around a lot. Not the same information.
Had Facebook or something.
Yes. And that's what's unbelievable with these spouse killers, that they keep doing these things. Everyone that we've ever talked about that killed a wife, killed a second wife, then a third fucking wife. They keep going and going and going. You're like, dude, you can't cross fate that many times.
Right.
To the modern observer, it seemed impossible that so many deaths could go unpunished. However, arsenic was the perfect Victorian weapon because of its ambiguity. It was everywhere in the dyes of green wallpaper, in medicines, or even in household ornaments. It was silent, tasteless, and it mirrored the symptoms of the era's most common natural killers: severe vomiting, stomach pains, and convulsions. A doctor seeing a child in a poverty-stricken home with these symptoms would automatically default to a diagnosis of natural illness. This is a dark irony in the domestic setting of these crimes. A black Wedgwood teapot, you can literally Google the teapot, a symbol of Victorian domesticity and comfort, is believed to be the vessel for Mary Ann's poison tea. She would brew tea for her family, perhaps even offering it as a remedy for the ailments and the stomach pains that she had induced, using the communal ritual of the tea table to deliver lethal doses of the white powder. The cloak of gastric fever finally slipped when Charles Edward Cotton's death was reported. Thomas Riley found Mary Ann's behavior suspicious enough to alert the authorities, leading to exhumation that would provide the first scientific proof. Despite a trail of 21 suspected victims, the British legal system focused its reckoning on only one, Charles Edward Cotton. The turning point came through the diligence of Dr. William Byers Kilburn, who had kept samples from the boy. His tests revealed clear evidence of arsenic in Charles' stomach. Now, Thomas Riley was begged this Charles guy to look again. They're like, I know she did it. I know she did it. I know she did it through arsenic. Yeah. You have to look. And so he tried harder and went and dug deeper and figured it out.
Yeah.
But she almost got away with it again because he couldn't prove it until he like went deeper into the stomach to be able to find it. So it was through these two guys that were like determined to prove it for just Charles.
I mean, how disturbing to be. Didn't you say that guy was a church official, the one? I feel like you said he was like in the church somehow. Anyway, but the guy that she said he's going to be gone anyway.
Yeah,
how chilling.
Sorry, I don't know their jobs because he worked at like a pharmacy.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, I'm like a ship what? And then he had a house the size of Washington, D.C. I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand the jobs.
Yeah, but so anyway, how chilling would it be to have somebody stare you in the face and be like, put him to work, and you're like, no, unless you go with him. And they're like, oh, well, he's going to die. Boom, shut the, like, how?
And then 5 days later he dies. How fucking dumb.
Yeah. Like, but
and you just try to buy the poison.
So chilling. Staring that in the face is like staring evil in the face. And I can't imagine, especially back then when women were supposed to just smile and nod.
Yes. Especially that he was like, you're right. It was so obvious. He was like, I'm not doing this. I will push.
Good on him for not just turning a blind eye.
At the trial of Durham Assizes in March of 1873, the defense attempted a desperate green wallpaper theory.
Oh, here they go.
And even argued that a chemist might have mistakenly used arsenic powder instead of bismuth powder, which was used for diarrhea, while distracted by a conversation. The forensic reality was undeniable, and the jury took only 90 minutes to find her guilty.
That's good. Guilty.
Guilty. They had to wait a while because she had to give birth to that child.
I forgot she was knocked up again.
Yes. Where did Margaret Edith was the baby who was born before she was hanged. She died in 1954. And George is the one that she left with her ex, Robinson. He lived, but they just said George. So
yeah.
he lived. Now, I'm not 100% certain how true this is, but it is what I found kind of consecutively. So one part said this, and then I'll add the other part that I'm like, I don't know if this is sensationalized or real. Mary Ann's end was as brutal as her crimes. On March 24th, 1873, she was led to the gallows at Durham Gaol. The execution was clumsy, the trapdoor was set too low, and the short drop failed to break her neck. Rather than a swift death, she faced a slow strangulation. Maybe sensationalizing. One of them said that the rope was too short and they think it was done intentionally.
Ooh.
And then they also said that the executioner was reportedly forced to manually suffocate her by pressing down on her shoulders to end her life. So either way, her neck was not broken.
Well, from what I've read, though, it happened more often than we think.
Of course.
Like back when they would do that. So, and with them, they were probably pissed off.
Yeah.
Like, she was a horrible trash garbage human.
Yes.
So they were like, and then the people that died suffered.
Yes.
So it would be
for
hard
days,
to keep your feelings
and it
out
looked
of it.
terrible and horrible.
Right.
Like, utterly horrible.
Yeah.
The story of Mary Ann Cotton is more like a chronicle of a serial killer. It's a reflection of a society that failed its most vulnerable, which I guess was women with kids after their husbands died. because I'm dicey on that one. I'm like, she wasn't vulnerable. She was a dumb cunt. It is found that the intersection of desperate poverty, a lack of birth control, and an insurance system that placed a higher value on death certificate than a living person.
Right.
Let me tell you this, as I just completely jump. Apparently, when Charles died, she didn't go to the police first. She went to the insurance place first.
When the 7-year-old died?
Yes. And that she was pushing them harder for the death certificate because the insurance was like, we need the death certificate. So she kept bugging them for the death certificate to get the money. And another reason why they kind of like were going fast with like...
With her judgment? Or
yes.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck her.
She was undoubtedly wired differently, a woman who saw herself above her menial surroundings and felt no moral conflict in popping off husbands for payment.
Right.
Yes, she operated within a system that made her crimes easy to hide. Today, the only living remnants of this history are the descendants of the two surviving children, George Robinson and Margaret Edith. The names of the others, the children, the husbands, the mother, are largely erased, replaced by the clinical records of gastric fever. In the end, the history of Mary Ann Cotton is not found in the headlines of her trial, but in the quiet, terrifying realization of how easily a life could be extinguished with a packet of white powder and a black I can never say Wedgwood. Wedgwood.
That's a hard word
teapot.
to say.
She lost 3 husbands, a lover, a friend, her mother, and 11 children.
That is nuts.
Of her 13 children, 2 survived, which I mentioned.
Jeez.
This is the story of Mary Ann Cotton, Britain's first female serial killer.
What a bitch.
What a cunt. Okay, so then they're like, so why did you do this? To eventually like, and this is what I have to say, because I think this was all ad-libbed. Not ad-libbed. It was written in their fucking storyline. But I believe this is true.
Okay.
Based off of just how she escalated and all of this shit and how fucking psycho and crazy she was. I believe that like her answer to why was because I wanted what most women want. More, she says. She could not stop.
She had more. The second person, right?
The third.
That's what I said. The third guy.
Yeah. Robinson, she had everything she could have.
Yeah, chill the fuck out by the pool, you
and
rich bitch.
That is
Shut
where
up.
The greed came in too heavy.
Yeah, she's a liar. She's a liar and a bitch.
I think, too, her problem was that she believed that people couldn't see her, differently than the one that was working and struggling. Because in three of her marriages, they didn't have a lot. But Cotton, he had a decent little, ditty. You know what I mean? The second one was pretty broke. And she literally was over that one. And her first husband, it was still disgusting. And they moved a lot. And they didn't have much. But she also couldn't keep her fucking legs closed and not have a million kids. But it just seemed like she had okay existences. Yes, they were hard, but it was most people's.
It sounds like it was that was the environment for
everyone, pretty much, unless you were in the 1%, which is whatever.
Still like it is today.
Right. But the other part too is when she did have it all, I think she couldn't seem to not feel like the housemaid. Even though she was the housemaid who got the ring, she probably in her mind still felt like everyone was looking at her like she was the housemaid. Oh, he married his housemaid. You know what I mean? You didn't come from money. It's not your money. It's her husband's money.
Yeah. But
so then she stole his money.
Sit back and count your money that ain't your money and fuck everybody else. You don't got to kill everybody.
I know.
Is this how you feel when I make you mad?
No.
No, I mean, whenever I tell you story, you look at me.
I was like, no, I don't want to kill you.
No. I mean, whenever you're like, I want to flip a table. I am angry.
Yes. And when you see it all and all these little babies and all these little kids and the way she acts it was nothing. So, and that's what it was, is her mother was upset. Her mom in that interaction was like, you have not shed a tear for either of your 2 husbands.
Right.
So why? Like, why are you not upset? The only person that she ever truly seemed upset was Isabella.
Was the accidental one.
Yeah, if that story was true, right? But why would she have killed her oldest one that she had kept alive, that had made it through kind of the hard years of like keeping, you know, the tiny chick alive situation?
Wow.
It was out of the incubator phase of 1860s having kids time.
Of the incubator phase.
I don't know. And to kill her in such a like horrible way. Like it was just
fucking awful.
Unbelievable.
Fuck her.
And at the end of the day, it literally took one guy
to finally fucking pay attention and say something.
I don't want to say that because she really just like showed out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
she showed her ass. She got too cocky and was like, well, they don't live long anyway. And shut the door.
That's what I'm saying. Like she acted like she was invincible.
She thought she was after that many. If you get that many wins under your belt, you're going to get a little cocky. And I only mean wins, but you know what I mean. Like if you get away with something
bad behavior, if you get bad
in a row, you're just going to be like, well, no one fucking cares anymore. I'm just going to keep doing it.
Exactly.
Gastric fever. You get gastric fever. You get gastric. Like, fucking bitch. Fuck her. God.
She fucking sucks.
I know. I have gastric fever now because I'm mad.
I hope not.
Me too.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
You totally watch Dark Angel on
to.
Tubi because that's the easiest way to find it.
And
it'll take you 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's 3 45-minute episodes. And I say it because truly from what I read, I don't know that it could have been more. It just didn't seem like the dramatizations that you see where you're like, that didn't even happen.
Right. They're like, they just added 30 minutes to this hour story for nothing.
Right.
Yeah. And we
like
do
based
see that
on,
sometimes.
Yes, we do. Based on true story. And you're like, 90% of it was wrong. The base of the storyline was, yes, this person's name was that name. Right. And yes, he did kill that person. But everything leading up to it was completely wrong. Yeah. So it'll really give you an understanding of the time. Apparently, how easy it is to get pregnant.
Yeah. Even if you do have a small box vaccine.
Yeah. And she was like, they showed her as teeny tiny. And I'm like, this bitch, if she was that tiny after cranking. And every time she was fucking, she was fully dressed. So I'm like, heard.
Wow. During her coitus, she was fully clothed.
Yeah. I really think it's because the actress is like extremely fit and they really couldn't like act like that's the body of a woman who birthed fucking 11 kids. They were like, we can't even fake this. This bitch has no cellulite and she's playing 42 or whatever. Anyway. Well, thank you guys for listening. Like, rate, review, subscribe.
Yeah, do all the things. Comment. Tell us how much you hate her because not Brooklyn, I love her, but Marianne can go fuck herself.
Yes.
I'm still fired up. Buy us a cup of coffee. Go to our website. It's on all of our socials too, so you can go to all that.
You just sounds great. All right. Well, don't forget, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
We love you.
We love you. Bye.
This episode was sponsored, edited, and produced by Wonderboy Media. Get the deets at WBOYmedia.com to see how you can make your podcast dreams a reality.
Help us out and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to our audio project. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at, of course, a couple of Sassholes.
Want more sass? Become a member of our Patreon for bonus content, merch, and more. Plus, we're on Cameo now, so there's even more ways to get the sass you need just how you like it. As always, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
Theodore, can I pet that dog?